Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're back with episode 6 of the Billy Beane Road to the Show. And today we're getting it started out with a little bit of prospect spotlight on Billy Beane. As you're going to see in a moment, it's going to pop up his stats. And over the last 10 games, you can see we're hitting 325 with 3 home runs and 12 RBI. Really excelling since we did get traded to the Fresno Grizzlies. I'm really happy with the way we've been playing. We've been playing like that 5-tool top prospect that we were touted as when we did get drafted earlier this season. And only being 18 years old, already excelling at the AAA level, just really doing well. You know, we're hitting 320 and 325, very good average, good enough to win you some batting titles, you know, once in a while. I do remember Bill Miller won the AL batting title when he hit 326 in 2003. The only reason I remember that is because he did it on the Red Sox, and I don't know, I just remember reading that in the paper. And this, you know, I have like a faint photographic memory in a way. Like, I remember certain images from my childhood, and for some reason, me looking in the newspaper at Bill Miller's 327 average, like the day before the regular season ended or whatever, just sticks in my mind. It's one of those things. I don't know. It's pretty random, but and also we've hit three home runs in our last 10 games. That's very good. It may not sound like a lot, but if you equivalent that to a 126 game season, 162 minus 10 is about 16. Multiply 16 by 3. And guess what? You got a 48 home run season. That's pretty dang good. And anyway, look at that pitch right there. I was really able to stay back on that curveball. And I think that's something that I really like about this batting stance. Something that I struggle with sometimes in MLB The Show is the ability to wait on pitches. They were doing it again, waiting on that hanging curveball. And, you know, like I said, I struggle with waiting on breaking pitches from time to time. I'm a fastball hitter. I'm like that way in real life too. And in this game, it's, you know, I find it hard to hit breaking balls. But with the high leg kick, I don't feel as rushed to put my foot down and swing immediately once it does get down. Because with the high leg kick, even when you do hit one of those hanging curveballs, the foot still hasn't even landed yet. It's just the way the swing works. And I think that's really what I like about this stance. I can really hit off-speed pitches with it. I'm just, you know, I've been really happy with how it's going. And I'm just excited, you know, to show off my skills for the future. And, you know, if we ever get called up to the bigs, you know, I think we're really going to succeed when we do face pitchers that are going to throw more off-speed type of stuff. But anyway, we get 5 hits that game. They were all singles, so that's pretty sweet. And in the next game, I do believe we're going to hit this one back right up the middle, and that is going to be our first hit of the game. So, nice little base knock up the middle, showing our ability to hit for average. And now, 1 for 1 in the top of the third. We're going to take this one into deep right center field. That one is gone. Now we're showing off the ability to hit for power. Like I said, showing that 5-tool capabilities, really looking like a top prospect. And I'm just so happy with how things have been going. I love baseball. You know, every year baseball season comes around, it does have a special place in my heart. You know, I love basketball. You know, I've thought for a while maybe basketball will kind of take over. It's my favorite sport, but it's just, you know, as much as I love it, as much as I know about it, as much as I can talk about it for days, it doesn't have that place in my heart that baseball does. And I just love baseball. You know, it's not America's most popular sport. It's probably America's third most popular sport behind basketball and football, but I still love it. You know, that's even self-evident in the YouTube community. I mean, look at the biggest baseball, you know, main baseball guys like Dave and you know, even Sports Gaming Universe. They just, you know, they don't have as many subscribers as the guys who do 2K and Madden and stuff. So, you know, you can kind of tell that baseball just doesn't fit with most people on YouTube. But anyway, we got called up to the, well, not called up, but we got a spot in the Futures game here. We're playing for Team USA. It's actually the real World Baseball Classic uniforms. I really wish they included those in the game this year. I thought it would have been a cool expansion pack. But anyway, we popped up to the first baseman. Really disappointing game in the Futures game there for us, but I figured I'd show it anyway because I think it's pretty cool. I like how they include that every year. But anyway, back to what I was saying earlier. You know, it's clear that the baseball community isn't as big as the, you know, just other communities. And I really think there's a spot in me for me to leave my mark on it this year. You know, my channel was still just too small at the point of me, you know, in last year getting into baseball. You know, I was just starting out my channel, and there wasn't really room for me at that point. But, you know, I really feel like that I was able to do the same with NBA 2K associations. I felt like, you know, that community hadn't really been, you know, it hadn't been, I really don't know what the word is. It's just, there was an opening for me, I guess is the best way to put it. And, you know, I took that advantage, and really my associations become what I've really been known for at this point. If you search NBA 2K13 Association, my videos are the ones that pop up first. So I really think that's something special. I really think that just means a lot to me to think that, you know, when a lot of guys think of NBA 2K Association, they probably put my name in there. And I think that's crazy to think about. You know, that's insane. And that's all I ever wanted to be. you know, in this YouTube thing was just to be recognized in a way. And I don't know if that's my own selfish, you know, egotistic, you know, or whatever, you know, way of me feeling like I accomplished something. I don't know, but I think that's so cool, and I feel like I want to be able to do that with baseball too. I want to be known as like the baseball guy or something. You know, everyone does, of course they do, but I just really feel like I can leave my mark in the baseball community this year, especially with, you know, Road to the Show. You know, I love Road to the Show, and a lot of the people love Road to the Show, but Road to the Show is a thing that is kind of saturated at this point. A lot of people do it, and it's hard for me to make Billy Beane stand out from the rest. So, you know, I love Road to the Show. I'm gonna keep posting it. I'm gonna keep doing what I can with it. But I don't think it's really gonna. I don't really think it's gonna be what sets me apart. I think what set me apart with 2K, and this was very evident when, you know, my career wasn't as successful as my association, because what really separates me from the rest is my team building skills and my ability to manage teams and make them winners. And that's the whole idea with the Rebuilding Project. You know, if I can't be known as the Road to the Show guy, I'll be known as the Rebuilding. I'll be known as the guy who knows enough about sports to know how to build winning teams. I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. If that's the way that I get into, you know, the baseball community or whatever I'm ranting about for the past 3 minutes now, you know, then that's awesome, man. Like, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the Rebuilding Project and start out with an MLB franchise, because I want to get into franchise, man. Like I said, team building is my thing. I'm really good at it. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to try and be humble when, quite frankly, that's something that I'm not too humble about. I'm very, you know, not in your face about things, but I'm very, you know, excited about my ability to, excited wasn't the right word, but whatever, you guys know what I mean. I like my ability to build teams and just, you know, to use my knowledge of the sport to, you know, be able to pick out guys that I think I can put together winning teams with. And, you know, I think that's what I was able to do with my Pistons Association. That blew up on my channel. I mean, that was huge for me. Those things, you know, my Jazz video from the other day got 43 views in a matter of 9 minutes or something like that. And that's probably not a lot for some people, but that's crazy for me. I mean, think about that. That's so nuts. I just love it. And, yeah, like I said, I really feel like I can do that with baseball, but anyway, I'm really excited for baseball this year. I saw it's a huge rant, but let me know what you guys think of those type of commentaries. You know, some people think that you kind of need to use your commentary to articulate the gameplay into a way that's, you know, commentator or viewers, not commentators, can understand. But I kind of like, with Road to the Show videos and stuff, I kind of like going off topic and just ranting about some certain stuff. But anyway, look at that. We went off of the pitcher's shoulder here, as you're going to see on the replay in just a moment. As you can see, we lined it right back at the pitcher off of his shoulder. That looked pretty painful right there. And that was pretty funny. So anyway, I believe this is later in the same game now, top of the 7th. We're going to hit this one right back at the pitcher, and this one goes off of his ankle. It was a really rough day for pitchers on the mound for the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. You're going to look at it one more time. Once again, this is not a replay of what just happened. This one looks like off of his kneecap or something like that. I don't know. Something pretty funny, but 1 for 3 now with a single. We're going to take this one to deep center field, and that one is gone. You can put it on the board. Yes, as the White Sox commentator would love to say. I don't really know his name, but either way, got that home run right there. You can see us rounding the bases, and yeah, pretty happy. Like I said, hitting for power now. We had like 6 home runs this episode. I was just really excited with how things are going, and I'm loving Billy Beane at this point. I love playing Road to the Show. Come home, and I wish I could play more of it, but I know, you know, I can't edit 7 videos a day. So anyway, we ended up that game 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. And now in, not our next game, I believe, but later, we're playing, I think this is the Rangers AAA affiliate. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we're going to get a base hit right there in the hole between left and short. So, looking good once again. Hitting singles right here, but now we're down 12-2. Bottom of the 8th, I believe that says. I can't quite read it. It might be 6th, but we're going to take this one back up the middle, and this time we are going to drive in a run as the runner will round third and come in to score. And we advance another guy to second base. So, an RBI single right there for Billy Beane. And now we're advancing the schedule a little bit. The Round Rock. Yeah, that is the Rangers because I can see Martin Perez there. But look at this. We have been purchased from the 40-man roster. You know what that means, right? You know what that means, guys. Right? You know what I'm on here? Oh, we got called up, baby. That is right. We got called up to the big league club. It's only August, but we're already getting called up as an 18-year-old rookie. I think that might make us the youngest player to ever play in the bigs. That is crazy. And we passed our advancement goals there. That's really what put us over. You're going to get to take a look at our final minor league stats. Well, assuming we don't get brought back down, which could always happen. Actually, I guess I didn't include the stats. But anyway, it's pretty much going to wrap up this video. So I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Tune in next time for our MLB debut. So I'm out. Peace.